Crocheted leaves from Sherurucom. This time we're going to crochet a volumetric oak leaf. Make a chain of 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Now chain 4 more to raise the yarn. 1, 2, 3, 4. Skip 4 chain stitches away from the hook and treble crochet through the 5th chain stitch. Yarn over the hook 2 times for treble stitch. Now treble crochet 4 in a row. Yarn over the hook 2 times and work the stitch through the next stitch. One, 2, 3, and the last treble 4. Double crochet through the following chain stitch. Now half double crochet through the next stitch and single crochet 4 in a row. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We've reached the end of our foundation chain. Now I'm going to turn the work clockwise and make a volumetric edge along the part that we've made already. For this, chain 1 and work in back loops of stitches. Insert the hook under the back loop of first stitch and make a slip stitch. Then chain 1 and again a slip stitch in the back loop of next stitch. Repeat the same till the end of the row. Chain 1 and a slip stitch. Chain 1 and a slip stitch. Chain 1 and a slip stitch. Remember, work in the back loops of stitches. Chain 1 and a slip stitch. Chain 1 and a slip stitch. Chain 1 and a slip stitch. Here's the last stitch. We've reached the last post. Now turn the work to the other side. Chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Chain 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Together we've made 7 chain stitches. Now skip 4 chains away from the hook and treble crochet through the 5th chain stitch. Yarn over the hook 2 times for treble stitch. Continue treble crochet through the next chain stitch and treble crochet through the last chain stitch. Now treble crochet 2 in a row, working in 3 loops of stitches. Here is the free loop of the next stitch. Insert the hook under the free loop and work the treble stitch. Yarn over the hook 2 times. Here's the row, and here's the first free loop. Insert the hook and work the treble stitch. And through the second free loop, work the second treble. Together we've made 5 treble crochet stitches. Let's continue in a row. Double crochet 1, then half double crochet and single crochet 4 in a row. Remember, we work in free loops of stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4. We didn't reach the end of the row. Now you can see branches in our oak leaf. This is the front side. Now I'm going to turn the work to the back side and continue making volumetric edge. Chain 1 and make a slip stitch in back loop of following stitch. Continue the same till the end of this row. Chain 1 and a slip stitch in back loop of the next stitch. Chain 1 and a slip stitch. Chain 1 and a slip stitch. Work in back loops of stitches. Chain 1 and a slip stitch. Now turn the work to the front and we're going to start the next branch of our leaf. For this, chain 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Skip 4 chains away from the hook and treble crochet through the 5th chain stitch. Continue treble crochet through the next chain stitch and treble crochet through the last chain stitch. Now treble crochet 2 in a row, working in free loops of stitches. One and another treble through the next stitch. Let's see, together we've made 5 treble crochet stitches. Now continue in a row. Double crochet, half double crochet, and single crochet 4 in a row. I am working in free loops of stitches. 3 and 4. We didn't reach the end of this row. Now we need to turn the work to the back side and make a volumetric edge for this branch. We're going to work in back loops of stitches. Chain 1 and make a slip stitch in back loop of the first stitch. Do not skip any stitches. Continue chain 1 and a slip stitch. Chain 1 and a slip stitch. Chain 1 and a slip stitch. Work in back loops of stitches. We need to work the edge until we have 3 stitches left on previous row. Three stitches should be left. Chain 1 and a slip stitch. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. So we need to make one more stitch. Now turn the work to the front and continue. For this, chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Make a treble crochet in free loop of the first stitch on the row. Here is this free loop. Continue treble crochet 4 in a row, working in free loops of stitches. Two, 3, 4. Together we've made 5 treble stitches. Now continue working a row, double crochet, half double crochet, then single crochet, the first single crochet, work in free loop of the next stitch, and then single crochet 3 in a row, working in free loops of stitches that are lower here. Here we've made 3 single crochet stitches. Now turn the work to the back side and let's make the edge. Chain 1 and make a slip stitch in back loop of the first stitch. Do not skip any stitches. Continue the same, chain 1 and a slip stitch. Work until we have 3 stitches left on previous row. Chain 1 and a slip stitch, chain 1 and a slip stitch, chain 1 and a slip stitch. Work until you have 3 stitches left. Here we have 3 stitches. Turn the work to the front and continue. Chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Make a treble crochet in free loop of the first stitch on the row and continue in a row. Make 4 more treble crochet stitches. Work in free loops. And the last treble. Then continue double crochet through the next free loop, half double crochet, single crochet, and then single crochet 3 in a row, working in free loops of stitches that are lower. 1, 2, and 3. Now we went all the way to the beginning of our work. Now our oak leaf is ready. It has very real shape, and from the front side you can see the beautiful edge of each section. Now I'm going to continue and make a trim all around the leaf. You can stop the work if you wish. Through the first chain stitch of our foundation chain, make 2 single crochet stitches, now chain 1 and make a slip stitch through the same first chain stitch of our foundation chain. Then go around the leaf making the trim. For this, chain 1 and a slip stitch through the next stitch. Continue all around. Chain 1 and a slip stitch. Chain 1 and a slip stitch. Do not skip any stitches. Work through every stitch around the leaf. Chain 1 and a slip stitch, chain 1 and a slip stitch. Here we have 4 chain stitches, work stitches through in each chain stitch. Chain 1 and a slip stitch, chain 1 and a slip stitch, chain 1 and a slip stitch. Continue around. Our leaf is getting very nice and strong shape. And trimming is very easy to repeat. Chain 1 and a slip stitch. This is the same trim as we did for our branches. Chain 1 and a slip stitch. Chain 1 and a slip stitch. Now we're going to the other side. Chain 1 and a slip stitch. Chain 1 and a slip stitch. Do not skip any stitches. Chain 1 and a slip stitch. Leaf is getting stronger and beautiful. Chain 1 and a slip stitch. Go all around. We're almost done with trimming. Chain 1 and a slip stitch. Chain 1 and a slip stitch. Chain 1 and a slip stitch. We need to work till the first stitch on this round. Chain 1 and a slip stitch. Chain 1 and a slip stitch. To finish the work, I'm going to make the last slip stitch, slip stitch, and that's it. You can cut the yarn. From the back side, leaf doesn't have any branches, it's plain. From the front, it has volumetric leaf veins and trim around. I made 2 more leaves. Brown leaf is completely the same. I made it the same way shown in this tutorial. The only difference is the type of yarn. Light and dark green leaf is bigger, it has more sections. Following the same method, you can create bigger and smaller leaf. Thanks for watching.